Now I can put the distributor cap back on. I got it upside down looking at it. And there may be a little carbon tracking there, but it's not going to any cylinders. You want to watch, you don't want it to be wet in there, you want it good and dry, no foreign objects. And you look in here, if you see something that looks like a pencil mark that say runs from one of these towers, as we're calling them, to the other, or from the coil carbon at the center to one of these, that indicates carbon tracking and it'll cause a misfire. So if you see that, you'll need to replace the distributor cap. Make sure my clip's lined up. This has a notch, it'll only set on one way. And clip her down. Okay, now the first thing I want to do, I'll have to crank this a little bit to start it, because today's cars, electric fuel pumps and computerized system, as soon as you turn the key on for start, it shoots fuel up to the injectors, gives it a little burst of fuel. This has a mechanical pump mounted down here on the side of the engine. I can't show it to you because you can't really see it from here. And that pump will have to prime and suck fuel all the way from the tank up to the carburetor. It should be primed basically, but it will take a little bit of cranking to get fuel up here and get it started. Coil wires, everything's in place there. Choke's closed for the most part there. That seems, it must be the temperature today that warmed up and it's not closing all the way. We'll try it and see. I may have to adjust that. This has a battery disconnect under there, so I turn that on. I've got oil in it. Ready to crank it over and see if we can get fuel to the carburetor and see if it'll start. I take my tools and everything off the fender so tools don't go vibrating somewhere, fall off or hit the fan, or which just doesn't have a fan in the front here. It's got an electric fan. Originally this engine had a fan mounted on the front of the engine here. You don't want anything hitting that and flying. Okay, it's running. You can tell it's running pretty rough. You can see the choke opened up now like it's supposed to after it starts. That keeps it from flooding. So we probably need to adjust our carts. So this idle screw over here, I'm going to turn it in. See, it starts running a lot rough, and I'm going to turn it back out. Slowly until it seems to run smoothly. There's there. Over here. And do the same thing with the adjustment screw on this side. since I did just change the oil, and first time I started the engine, I'm going to check the oil. I didn't put the whole 5 quarts in. I put it up around the full mark. I ran it, and now I'll check it, see how low it is, see how much oil it needs. This oil is really clean, almost right at the top of the full. It's in the safe range. So I'm going to go ahead and top a little bit of oil up, which there's not much in here. This is probably exactly what it needs. My homemade funnel. If you ever need of a funnel, you can't find one for oil or gas or something like that, you can take an old oil can like this, quart can, cut the bottom out, and make you a funnel with it. But there wasn't much left in that container at all, so oil should be good. Now I want to set the dwell, which is basically the same as I said as setting the points. When I hook my dwell meter up here, I'll know how good I was at setting those points where they need to be. Okay, for my dwell, I'm supposed to be at 28. I think I did see like 27, between 26 and 27, something like that on another one. So we're going to set her right at 28, as close as we can get her. To do that, what I'm going to have to do is run the engine, read the dwell. If it's off, loosen the points up, adjust the gap a little bit, and then check it again. What the dwell does is measures the amount of time the points are closed or open. $26.5. I'm going to leave it at that because I know it was between 26 and 27 in one manual, so we're good there. We've still got a little rough idle at the moment. After I get the timing and everything set, I will readjust that carburetor. Now, when you're messing with distributor, dwell, point setting, all that, you want to set your timing at the very last. Everything will affect the timing. Except the carburetor. Okay, I'm lucky. The tab's visible down here that I need to line it. It looks like a straight line. This piece of metal comes off. It's got an edge that's straight. The harmonic balancer has numbers. It'll have 0, and you'll have marks before and after top dead center. Top dead center will be 0. One thing you want to do is pull loose the vacuum advance. It runs from the carburetor to the distributor, and plug that off. I used to keep a golf tee in my toolbox because those were really great for that. Have the old timing light. This one you connect to the battery, and any wires that you have running across, you want to make sure you don't get them in a fan or in a belt or alternator, something like that, pulley that's running, because then you'll break your equipment and you don't want to do that. I gotta get this straightened out just a tad. Sorry for the noise, my neighbor's over there mowing his yard. Red the positive, black the ground. Now I need to find number 1 cylinder to hook the inductive pickup to. There's number 1 spark plug is what I want. The wire coming from it. So that's the forward most spark plug on this side. If you have any doubt on these engines, which side is number one, if you look at the valve covers, you'll see one sits a little more forward of the engine than the other one. This one sits back a little bit, or this one sitting forward a little bit. The one sitting most forward is usually your number one. That's going to be where your number one cylinder is. And since our timing marks on this side, it makes sense as well. So we have vacuum advance plugged up, timing light hooked up. Now we can check the time.